Now, Kaul's departure has not been received well by brokerages. Mangalam Maloo is here to tell us more about what the street is saying and why this is such a big development. Mangalam, the timing couldn't perhaps be worse, right, for this?
Well, Jubilant Food was down in trade today because the CEO and Wholetime director Ajay Kaul put in his papers, resigned after 11 long years of being at the helm. Remember, he was very instrumental in setting up the 30-minute delivery mechanism, which was the backbone of Domino's growth. However, it wasn't his exit as much as the timing of his exit which weighed in on the stock. Because if you look at the circumstances of his exit, the first one, it's the second big exit in the last 6 months. Remember, the CFO Ravi Gupta also resigned in May. First quarter results were the weakest that the company saw since its IPO. Revenue growth as well as EBITDA margins the worst since the IPO. The same store sales growth as well was at a 7-quarter low in negative territory, while the EPS for Domino's, or Jubilant Foodwork as we know it, was also has been declining and was also at a multi-year low at 16 rupees. Now, going forward to the transition will be difficult because there are a lot of hurdles faced by the company. If you look at it, they are operating in a low price, high cost environment, further putting some pressures on the margins, as well as their competitive advantage is waning due to e-com players like Scootsy's, Zomato. And going forward, the valuation headroom is not there for the company, trading at 55 times FY17 earnings despite the fall that we saw in the counter today. So the brokerages also resounded that sentiment. So for instance, Citi has written that the timing of the resignation was a bit of a surprise and they maintain a sell call on the stock. Nomura, on the other hand, says that the transition will even be more difficult given the high-profile exits because of the weakness in SSSG environment. At the same time, issues faced by the Dunkin' Donuts business. They too have a sell call on the stock with a 900 rupees price target, while Bank of America Merrill Lynch is slightly positive on this counter. They believe that these uncertainties could wane on the stock in the near term, but their long-term investment thesis is intact, because of which they have a buy rating with a 1320 rupees price target on that counter.